Y'all, it's time.
Robots.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Hi, Joe. He
Like
does have a
many of
mustache.
you,
Look at him.
I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am.
Good haircut, though.
I believe
Yeah,
there's
look at
this
him.
deeply rooted, often unstated mission of games to keep adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet. A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up
Ancient
with humanity's
enemy!
sword to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus, hunting a machine god that controlled time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning in the halls of an ancient city where only a select few
Okay,
emerged
talking
victorious
a lot
at
about
dawn,
raids here.
clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world and together meet new faces on this adventure who would become lifelong companions. Now, together, we approach the final shape. We're about to
The
embark
Travusi.
on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga.
Destiny's
So let's
first
be clear
saga.
about the stakes. In the
Turn
final
up the
shape,
stream audio.
you will
See.
go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult.
Turn it up a
What
little bit
awaits
there.
you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the
Give
beginning,
Astrocross 2 hours.
joined us somewhere
Yeah,
along the
right.
road, or looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world, a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open. So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
Interesting.
Yeah,
They're,
that
ta-
was...
they're talking
poignant.
about it being like an open area.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Cosmodrome.
Yes, the OG. The beginning.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Pretty
Beautiful. It's like the city?
cool looking
Why
armor.
You were chosen.
Yeah, it's cool. No. Oh, floating.
Sky
area.
Islands. Yeah. Always gotta get some
Hello.
Sky Islands.
Here's to the kingdom. Some Volta glass. I guess these are flashbacks, probably.
The
Yeah.
truth is, I didn't know then.
The Alhorn.
Get the
It
galley.
was just a feeling.
Even made the sound. Good touch.
Mm-hmm.
Little hunter jump like that.
Yeah, nice.
But I know now. After all we've seen,
There's our boy.
all we've
It's our
lost,
queen.
Oh yeah, it's like a whole squad of Guardians. Whoa, what's
It's
That's a
that?
lot of hands.
Everybody's
might
here.
be our last.
They're releasing everything together.
So I'm asking you,
Oh,
Faces and Strand Tormentors.
yeah.
to rise.
Oh, that was like a new.
That was a new something.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe like a new Void Super.
Maybe it was like a purple axe.
Yeah, like something like a big axe. It had like the Sentinel like things on it,
This is a momentous time in
like the Sentinel
Destiny
Titan
history.
like
We've
symbols
been
on
building
it.
to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that, as a developer, you just don't get very often.
Hey, they.
Guardians
Hell
and
yeah,
allies
good for you,
are
Dan.
fighting the biggest
Yeah.
threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been on.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
When we first start the final shape,
Come, Guardian.
we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the Pale Heart of the Traveler. That is
Pale
the stage
Heart.
for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The Pale Heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into
Nightmare
this
fuel.
frozen
Yeah,
perfection
crazy
where
arm
everything's just
walls
exactly how it
in
thinks
the
it's
world.
supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to
Not
take
talking about the
everything.
sludge stuff.
Failure is
Yeah.
not an option.
We're gonna need
Getting-
the Vanguard,
getting stuck in
all of our
quicksand
allies,
during
and
a raid
all
or
the
whatever,
Guardians
yeah.
to rally together and be brave in the face of oblivion.
In the
I like
final
that
shape,
armor.
we're going to
Yeah, me too.
answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Cade 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict
Hell yeah.
and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together
Yeah,
for
I like it's like
hundreds of
it's like a
years.
whole ass squad of Guardians. I wonder if there'll be like
Yeah.
more Guardians coming around with us and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like-
a raid team, you know?
Yeah, it's like Lightfall Guardians and looks like the old D1 Guardians. I wonder if they're like different. All right, here's the
In the final
actual.
shape, we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape.
Okay. Yeah, let's see those areas.
Inside the Traveler is just infinite, vast, unknowable. And we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a
Yeah.
fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
Pale Harvest. that I've
The
seen.
Pale Heart is weird. It's a
Oh,
little
tree of
strange.
silver
It makes
wings.
you feel a bit uncomfortable.
Like broken.
and it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
Yeah.
Love some MC Escher stairwells.
The Witness
Yeah.
entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating.
I
the
brought this
world
up as
from
an idea.
as
Yeah,
it
so it's like
saw their journey.
remixed kind of zones.
One of the most memorable
'Cause that was like
locales from
the
Destiny's
Cosmodrome
past
wall, like
is
in-
the D1 tower.
Yeah, there's the
It's really
T1
a
tower. There you
labor
go,
of
you
love from
sickos.
the
Yep.
Destiny team.
Love
The
that.
final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is
That's where
our
the
very
speaker
first
was.
linear destination
Yeah,
that we've ever
D1.
done.
It's a cool
I
looking
would love
gun.
it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger, in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that
Some
are more
Taken?
and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together.
Oh.
Just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel
We're Minecraft
alone.
now.
You feel like you are not
Finally.
the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not
That's
the
cool.
God Slayer
I like
right now.
abstract
You're just this
environments.
little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
Gotta reload.
Whoa,
One of the
creepy
things
face.
that we really tried to also capture is that the witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the subjugators.
Oh, okay. So
Subjugators
yeah,
are the
new enemy
unit
units.
you're going to be facing
getting
in the
an
final
ad.
shape.
Oh
What are the
no,
enemy units?
it's a
They have
subjugator.
an
It's like a.
enhanced
It looks
power set.
kind of like Rolk, but he has
They're
strand
performing
powers.
stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian, well, in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
But it looks like it's like general enemy units. Kind of what we were saying. It's like looks like it's like
They're back there pinging
Captain
away
type
with
deal.
stasis
Yeah,
abilities,
they're kinda
throwing
like,
crystals
I'm back
at
in.
you, freezing you
Yeah.
in place, tangling you up.
yeah they can
Cool shit.
they can do like darkness powers. So like they're doing like stasis and like
We're
suspending
focusing
you and stuff.
On the
That's
campaign
sick.
and only the campaign.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing.
Hope they don't
in
come
the
to
universe
PvP.
at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to
There
make
they
sure
are.
that the core Vanguard
Together.
team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination. And so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
Okay.
I wonder if they have
So
like
it seems
The
like
campaign in the final shape
modular
doesn't
pieces
really
that they can
end with the
switch out
final
as
mission.
weeks go on.
The raids
Yeah.
are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the witness, you're going to do that in the raid.
so there you go.
But that
Raid,
might not be
raid,
enough.
witness boss.
This is a moment
confirmed
where we
as the
need
raid
to
boss.
rally all guardians to be able to
That's gonna be an
overcome
epic
the
fight.
final shape and the witness.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hype raid for sure.
Yeah.
Harnessing the light. Okay.
In the final
Here we
shape,
go.
we are
going
inside
on?
the Traveler, very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want
Okay.
to
Doing
create
new
something
supers.
that turns you into an offensive powerhouse.
So probably no
but
new
also
subclass.
can benefit your allies
That's
in a
okay.
support
Supers
capacity.
is a big
There
deal.
is
Yeah.
this thread of team play and like
Aspects
working
gotta
with your
come with that
friends
too,
to
I think,
overcome
so.
the
I'd hope so,
odds.
yeah. Let's hear it. Oh yeah.
The
Okay.
Warlock Super
Axis.
is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the
Love
only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off,
me the sound
doubling
effects,
the
I love
amount
it.
of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around and then it hits a character and bounces
Yeah.
off and goes to another one.
so
and
cool.
you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them to have their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
Okay.
The new Solar
Very cool.
Warlock
Love that.
aspect. When I cast my Rift, it is going to create this
New
little
aspect you
solar soul that
Solar
when it sees
soul,
an enemy,
of course.
It launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
Awesome.
Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game.
Whoa.
The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe,
Yeah.
throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it.
The triple
and
axe.
when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy.
Yeah,
do
this
their
is
void
sick.
gravity thing where they
So
suck a bunch
sick.
of energy.
That's
and
really
enemies
cool.
in
You
and
can
pick 'em up
explode.
after?
But that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around. And you
Everybody
and your
can pick
allies
'em
go
up.
and Pick up
Wow.
on enemies with it.
This super is insane to me.
Bren's
Void
about to be
Titan
throwing
aspect,
axes
I
like
press
Yeah.
and
candy
hold
on
my
on launch
grenade
day.
button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The
Ah,
more
okay,
damage
yep.
it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
cool.
Yeah, that's really rad.
The Hunter Arc Super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The Hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife, and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position.
That's
do this
cool,
slash
too.
That just decimates anyone
teleports
nearby.
Yeah, he
Great
teleports
thing
to
about
it.
that is not just you do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times.
Oh,
along with devastating
cool.
attacks each time you do it.
3
The
times?
Hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies.
Another aspect for the
like you're
Hunter.
playing a fighting game,
Oh, you
right?
can
Like
literally
these combos
amplify
that
your
you're
like
chained
allies and
together to
shit.
do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The
Love
more
support
aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know, like that instantaneous like.
That was good, but I think it's more like. You know.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, give me the sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's just one of the subclasses.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It
With the Final Shape
has
annual, there's the
really
pre-order
intriguing
exotic.
property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional
It's a
property
fusion.
that you
I
can
love that.
special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon.
That's like one of the
What's
coolest
one
animations
specific
they've
exotic
Yeah,
I
that-
can make that's
that's so
really
rad.
zany that you would like
Yeah.
right now.
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could
Oh my
harness
God.
the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene.
Oh,
I
no
know
way.
people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back
Oh my
these iconic
God.
Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn
What a
it into something
tease.
that
These
feels
a bunch of
unique in
D1
Destiny
weapons.
2.
We
Okay.
have to bring Kvotov into the fold.
There it is.
Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's
Oh
Breath.
wow, Red Death.
Dragon's
Burn the world,
Breath.
burn it all. In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really like bordering on exotic functionality. So for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. We always like the special ammo
pistol.
sidearms. This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage.
Wow.
They have a
Track,
mixture
too.
of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto
Support
rifle
weapons.
is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you
Support
switch
auto?
seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your
Oh, there it
allies.
is. The heal guns.
I'm really excited to
That's
bring it
rad.
to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
Weapons
really
team's
cool.
always coming up with new
Amazing.
ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild
Next
ideas,
few years.
which we're pretty excited about.
Hell yeah.
They're still going, baby.
Come on, take a load off. You've got a lot to cover. This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so. I'm back!
All
Hey,
right.
you two, give me a sec. I was magnificent. This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock off my map. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
All right, Cade
in this moment
montage.
where we're driving to the end of the Light and
Shout out to
Darkness
Cade.
saga. It's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst
Ooh,
for the other
some
characters.
animated scenes
the
here.
events that are uncovered to have brought him back, this is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
Once we started digging into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that crystallized Cade's role as a guide. Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role, like, without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think is going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
Excellent.
Cool.
Love Cade.
Yeah.
God, it is a really good armor set.
Yeah.
Coming like right out onto the old tower. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty right.
Guardian.
All right, here we go. I think it's a
The
new
witness
season.
poses a dire threat,
Heard some Eris.
and the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek.
Yeah.
But only if we contend with her sister, Zivu Araf. It rests with me. Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
Uh-oh.
Was she letting Savathun take her body?
Bring me your tithes. You now wield
Whoa.
high
There's the other
magic,
armor set.
and
Yeah.
have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire
Okay.
Guardian and open the way to our time.
Oh. Just froze for me.
Froze for me as well.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Yep, here we go.
So exotic right there.
Oh, it's a high boomer gun. Let's fucking go. Oh, you make Moz.
The death of
I wonder if the Moz will give your
When they
allies
do whisper.
overshield.
Okay, so we
I
got
bet those cards are some kind of the
mechanic.
rogue-like elements.
Yeah, like mechanics you're like activating. Yeah.
Strengthens me.
So we're like,
Yeah, that moth just went to the ally right there.
Cool.
For your brutal tribute. Let us show her what it is to be Hive. You have found the
Dang.
horn of battle. You are deserving
Not
of
in the flesh, but her voice.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch.
Okay. Cool art.
One of our guesses, I think. I think
Yeah.
it was your guess.
Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the
Okay.
Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first. And that bigger problem's name is Zivu Araf. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's a
idea.
wild ass idea, yeah. She
Let's hear it.
determines, like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
She's becoming a hive.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like
Yeah,
be
I don't know.
like Savathun?
She already
And
had
that's
some
where we
of it in
went
her,
down
right?
the path
So-
of having Hive
Yeah.
Eris. We want to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers.
Deck of Whispers.
It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your build craft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can then choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards
Yeah.
that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a
Okay,
sucker
wow.
for deck building. Like
That
being
is
able to
cool.
like bring
You're
that
literally
element
deck
into
building.
Destiny gameplay. Has
Deck
just
building
been like, oh,
activity.
Cantrips, magic
really
powers
fun.
on the field.
Yeah.
Dealing damage has a chance to create an orb power, I think is what it says.
So we've got 2 brand new seasonal activities coming with Season of the Witch. We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summoning's activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is
Hop
filled
in and
up, you'll
hop
get
out.
progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
Those guns were looking cool.
Yeah,
wanted
they
to make
look like
sure that
actually.
there was a
Yeah, I
home
should have been paying
for
more
any
attention
exotic mission
to the
content
actual
coming in
guns because they
seasons,
do look like there might be
after
actually
the year
new
has passed.
guns.
And so we developed what we're calling the Exotic Mission Rotator.
Right
Yep,
away,
it's a
we're getting
rotator.
Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the
Missions
content
coming
the
in
fans and players of Destiny
2024.
love the most. The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable.
That Titan armor back there was crazy
With
looking.
Season of the Witch, we have a brand new Vex
damn.
lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of
okay,
really
multiplex.
tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to
I'm
make sure
excited
that
about this
we
map.
focus the combat a little bit more.
Love
with
Vex
the new
Network.
Vex Network map.
Yeah.
We really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey,
That's the
you're
Mars
shoulder to
aspect
shoulder more
that they were
often. There's
talking
not as
about,
much
okay.
deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of
they
the
made
flow
like
of
a
the
more
map
tighter
is actually built
close
around
quarters
this
map.
like kind of central
That's
pillar
good.
of the
Yeah.
Vex Network that you're
People
you're
probably like that
orienting
more
around.
than
And there's
Disjunction.
also some modes coming too, right?
Yeah.
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass. We've got the spear
Aegis,
back
as
from
it's
Season of
called.
the Risen.
Yeah,
And we got the
Aegis.
scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so
Scythe
you're going to
is
be reaping
cool.
Guardians with that thing.
That's
It's
so
a lot
cool.
more
Glad
tactical
they brought it back
gameplay.
somehow.
It's all
Yeah.
about running around
Yep.
the map, claiming these relic
pick up.
dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I will
I
take.
wonder how well
what
like the
I
shield when you're
need.
guarding.
The
Yeah.
words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Hivey this season, obviously. There's something in the air. And so when thinking about like what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit
Oh,
this
there it
very
is.
Hivey season,
That'd be
there's
Crota.
only one
It's
answer.
Grota.
It's like Wrath of the Machine.
Yeah. All of a sudden, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow, they're bringing Grota back. Okay.
I have seen what the Hive call.
The only raid I haven't done. I'm excited to see.
And all players. Jumping. Oh, it's the.
It is
it's
the armor set that they
it's-
wanted.
Yeah, it's the people. Yeah, people won't complain about it too much now because they at least get that armor set.
It's a good armor set. in
Yeah,
Ultimate.
that's definitely way more enemies than the
Yeah, that's
previous
also
half.
way more than OG. Crota.
Q1, yeah.
Only a true weapon.
There's Necrochasm. That was Necrochasm. That was the exotic for.
Yep. I wonder if they'll keep the way that you get it. It's such a weird way to get it.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was a new encounter
Yeah, that was.
because that was like a witch
Any
lady
boss.
in this area. I don't know if that was in the game before, right?
It wasn't.
Okay.
So that would be the 4th encounter, whatever it is.
Yep. There's the
The raid ring.
United We Rise.
Heading into the final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians at the end of the Light and Darkness saga. We want to
Okay.
reduce those power barriers as well as
the
catch
power
people
level.
up on
Reduce-
key story
reduce the
beats
power
and
barriers.
make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players.
Okay, let's hear it. What do you got planned?
In the final shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game
easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter kind of what power level you are going into it, you're always going to be able to approach it. There's still going to be tiers of difficulty that you can do, things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play
That makes
any
sense.
dungeons in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their power level, which means that there's no barriers really for any other
Some
guardians
2000
in this
the master thing had 210 on it, so
It also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before.
power's
and
going
have
to
that
keep
same
going up,
experience, all
but
regardless of the power level.
now
of you and
it
the rest
sounds
of the
like you'll
people
just
in
be
the
able
fire
to
team.
pull people
Fire Team
in.
Finder is the new feature that's coming in season
we
23.
just make the girl
aimed
run
at
for us and
helping
then we can
connect
do
and find
something.
other people to complete the best and most
Guardian
aspirational content in Destiny. We have a tag system that allows players to be able to say, well, this is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat. I'm just really here to have a good day. Exactly.
Tags
That's
really
me.
allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I
Choose
think what's really great
languages.
about it
Put
is
some
with
emojis
this
in there. Let's
module also
go.
looking at including inclusion tags.
As an example,
Nothing but
one of the
eggplants.
inclusion
Yep.
tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags
Nice.
will
That's
bring
cool.
players
Yeah.
closer to finding their community and even closer to the people that they're
Having
playing
all
with.
those
So
filters
once
is
a
really
listing
smart
goes live,
for this.
Players will be
Yes.
put into a listing lobby where
You
players
tell why they
can
wanted to wait.
gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it as convenient
Fire
and
Team,
as
that's
easy
cool.
as
That's a
possible
clean
for
UI.
players to
I like
not
that.
just
looks
sit
good.
and stare at a screen
better than
for
it did
a
when
long
they showed it
time
last
while
year.
their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically more solo, I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
Remember that Titan axe, dude?
yeah, Titan Axe is cool. Yeah.
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done
Timeline
is we've went back
Reflections.
to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We're going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond
Wait,
Light,
missions?
as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happens.
Wait,
Here
so
are
are we
the
getting
people you met
we're getting
along the way.
Forsaken
A really
mission?
big one that's really
back?
timely for Final Shape is Cade's Last Stand from Forsaken.
Seems like it.
Wow, yeah.
The opening mission.
This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless
I'm curious
of their
what like the
power
added context is gonna look and sound like.
Yeah, maybe some like little cutscenes or dialogue things.
Yeah,
Interesting.
We're
yeah.
reaching the end of this
What
10-year
does that
journey.
mean? Yeah.
What comes
Nice
next?
surprise.
The episodes. And the new way we're going to tell
Okay.
stories moving forward.
What's
Episodes.
really important about
Episodes.
episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes. And so
Okay,
the first 3
there it is.
episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy.
And Heresy.
It's coming right after the final shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think
course.
what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that we're
Go.
building is the
Fic roll.
3-act structure.
Yeah, that's Fic roll,
The acts
some
act as
swords.
these anchors for
That's
us
a
to introduce new
new
weapons,
quests, new stories,
artifact mods,
activities.
new activities. There's going to be new
Oh,
missions
there's like-
coming out.
oh,
There'll be
okay.
New story moments in
6
every
weeks
single one of
of
these
each
acts. We're
act.
actually providing more cinematic
I like
styled
that.
experiences throughout the final shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories
Interesting.
are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
Smart.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them.
This sounds like it sounds like a blend of what they did the
moment
first year of
is that
Destiny
we
2
get
and
to
what they're doing,
innovate
what they've
the
been
game.
doing.
We get to
for many
move the
years.
game forward.
It's all about
Very
change,
interesting.
frequently. It's all
Standalone
about
episodes.
deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons.
I'm into this
more
idea.
loot, more often.
Yeah,
it
this
really
is
provides
cool.
the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do.
It's
with
like
this
a looks
kind
like
of new
Vex
platform of
season
storytelling.
maybe.
Episodes provides this
That's
awesome
Scorn,
foundation
Vic Roll.
for the future of Destiny.
We're moving into the
Hive.
next
And
stage
yeah,
of
Hive.
Destiny 2.
Zivu or
I think
Savathun,
some people
wherever
look
they
at the
end up.
final shape
Yeah,
and they think
yeah,
Destiny
yeah.
2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
Okay, well there you go.
We'll have to wait and see, but you know.
Yeah,
it's a
definitely,
cool idea.
definitely still have to wait and see more on that. But
a guardian.
that sounds cool. I'm into it from a base level of like. It's still kind of a constant flow of stuff, but maybe like
structured very differently.
But structured different over time, and it says allows them to do more cinematic stuff. That sounds kind of neat.
By the fires of each new battle.
And they're bigger.
We are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead.
I'm down for like some just
We are the
standalone
final
stories
line
in the
that
Destiny
holds
world,
the
Star
second
Wars
Yeah.
style, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice.
I know.
Yeah.
Sacrifice leads to death. The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Oh, what a good cut right there.
Yeah, they got it. They've used that cut a bunch, but it's always good.
It's good every time. Throw in Zavala.
Dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
Our purpose is its end. This time, there is no escape.
Legends.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler,
Shout out to those
experiencing a
Sony
destination
shoes.
unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside
Titan with
a
a sick
streamlined
axe.
progression
Yeah, the
system,
axe is pretty rad.
allowing us to easily
So good.
play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump
What a
into
nice
the game
surprise that is.
and get up to speed on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going
Not
to join
looking
the
forward to
ranks
that final
of our
fight.
Look at
aspirational
Crota.
content. I can't wait to see you all in the throne world as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
They didn't say, but I'm assuming the episodes will each come with a new subclass super aspect as well. But get a confirmation on that.
Yeah. That's lofty, but well, I guess we'll see.
It would be weird to like just do one for each, you know?
Sure.
And that would give them an opportunity to do a stasis one as well. But it seems like there's no like season or episode with the final shape. It's just itself.
Yeah, that seems like that might be possible. Yeah, it's hard to like edit because they didn't give like dates or anything, so it might just be. I mean, that's what they were kind of inferring from like the talking about the like the after you beat the campaign's kind of the core focus, but once you beat it, then that destination seems like it's gonna change in some big ways and have more areas open up to it. And it seems like they're like remixed areas where it's like, oh, here, okay, of course.
Collector's Edition reveal. What's the thing that comes with it?
They gotta do the timer too. That's fun. Come on.
10 seconds. 10 very fast seconds.
When we create a collector's edition, we try and recreate
Is it gonna be the Traveler
from the universe for players to enjoy.
Give you a big Traveler.
So this year we're doing
Tower.
Destiny 1
awesome.
Tower. We really try to work hard
Interesting,
at
yeah.
thinking about
It's
10
fun.
years of
want that.
Destiny
That's how good
and
that
how
is.
best to encapsulate that experience.
And I don't
Even
like
as the game dev who worked on this from day one, like I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because it's going to kind of catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way to now. The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
You get the
fucking little
tower, and then there are actual figures of the Vanguard mentors.
Wow.
That accompany that architectural model.
And there's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some.
Oh,
fun
you know the
surprises.
ARG
We're always
with this
trying to
thing
push
is
the
gonna be
envelope.
Yeah, people are.
So we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects, lights, just sort of make this experience as a whole really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol of Destiny. I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Little Cade.
Nice. Yeah, little Cade and Ikora as well. That's fun. Sure, there you go.
Oh, that's good key art right there.
Oh, dang, yeah. It's our February 27th.
Oh yeah, they didn't even say the date.
There it is. Yeah, that's pretty dope key art for sure.
Yeah.
Having all three of them on there and
very Avengers poster energy.
Yeah, for sure. There's the showcase.
Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed.